This week's Ready for the Rules is brought to you by GolfTec.
Well, it's Monday, time for another edition of Ready for the Rules. As we turn the page on 2019 in a few weeks, we're going to continue to talk about some of the changes to the rules of golf. So here we have our favorite loved ones, our golf clubs. So let's talk about how the rules are changing related to our chosen weapons. First of all, isn't it fun to personalize your bag? Go Buffs, by the way. Proud Evans Scholar. These are our children. Starting next year, there are a few changes in the rules which are going to be interesting to see how they unfold. What isn't changing is you get 14. So here I have a bag, typical bag with 14 weapons. Here's what's changing. Today, if I damage a club in anger, I can't play that club for the remainder of the round. So we have to go through a questioning process with a golfer who's damaged a club. What caused the damage? Was it normal course of play, playing a stroke, hitting it from behind a tree? Or was it the old anger that caused the damage? Today, if it's anger, it's the death penalty if you use that club. One more stroke. If I bend the toe of my putter just by slamming it on the ground, just the slightest bit, and then tap in, I'm disqualified. Today, that's a pretty severe penalty. Next year, that penalty goes away. Another really interesting change relative to the equipment, you better take really good care of those 14 clubs, because if I damage my driver, imagine Rory McIlroy in the Masters next year, caving the face of his driver. Guess what? He won't be able to replace that club. The principle here is to simplify the rules. The rules related to equipment and all the nuances about damage, unfit for play, playing characteristics changed are so complicated. In an effort to simplify, the new rules say you got 14, you better be real careful with them. The only time you'll be allowed to replace a damaged club is if the damage was caused by a third party. So if your fellow competitor, took a club out of your bag and snapped it, or some weird accident occurred that had nothing to do with you and you had no involvement with, you would be allowed to replace a club in that situation. Otherwise, take care of those 14 like they're your children. So that's it for this week. Tune in next week for another edition of Ready for the Rules.